We start with the 1 hour chart. Okay, first of all, since we know for this coin, when we refer to the HIT BTC and Binance, they have a different price and different movement. Now first we start with HIT BTC. Okay, if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we can look for this one, need the breakout of this stuff. We need to be careful. As you can see, the price tag and now start to correct. Okay, since we get this sharp move, we get the correction. Now when we're looking at this, any buy from here, we'll take it. And what we want to get this sharp move with the, okay. And if we get any trade with the breakout of the previous stop, we have to start to manage. Okay, and right now we're looking at this. Okay, and the best things is from what we have right now, if you wants to look for trade, the only thing we is to have entry above this. This is the only way, but we need to be careful because if we want to have entry above the top, we want the price break and continue the price tag. Even within the first hour, we see it's not moving, we should take out the trade because simply the price can tag and reverse, or either tag turn to a more complex correction because the way it's moving is just corrective. Maybe we can put this one in relative to this for one more drop. Okay, that's why if we want to buy at the top, we need to be quite careful. And in this case, we move to higher time frame. We move to daily chart. We don't have anything to discuss based on daily chart. The only thing is we want to see whether we can get the continuation. And even if I move to 1 hour chart, the only thing is whether this is the start of the up move or this one can turn to a more complex correction. Still, we can expect this one turn to more complex correction. That's mean for one more drop. That's why if we want to buy, as I mentioned, based on lower time frame, 1 hour chart, we need to be quite careful. But it doesn't mean we don't look for trade setup for buy. We are more interested for buy and we take the trade, and we should have the proper management. As long as we see it's not moving, we start to manage. Okay, and maybe this one can turn to similar to what we get here. That's mean any trade we consider as a short term. As long as we get into the profit, we start to manage. All right, and if we move to the Binance, we will see what we have there. We have the different movement. All right, and this is what we get, but the price couldn't break the previous top, and now we see the prices start to drop. Okay, now the thing is whether this is the bigger correction, we can put this one, still we can put this one in relative to each other. That means this, since the price haven't broke this top, we can put this is a part of this move. That means we have this is the correction, still we are within this move, and that's why we can look for this for reversal or not. Okay, anyway, we start with higher time frame. We start the daily chart. We have nothing to discuss, just we want to see whether we get a big correction or not. And even if we move to 1 hour forward chart, this is what we are looking for. Whether this is we can expect the price to drop a bit more before we get the reversal, as we mentioned. Maybe we can expect this one turn to more complex. Okay, and the thing is, can we put these two in relative to each other or similar to what I explained based on 1 hour chart? Okay, no, we cannot look for any trade setup. All right, because we don't know whether this one can continue or not. We have to wait and see what we get here. By the way, we move to lower time frame, we move to 1 hour chart, as I explained based on 4 hour chart. Because first I mentioned maybe put this one in relative to this. But the question is, in terms of the length and the time, they are not matched. Okay, how about if we look at this as a flat? And that means this one is still we can drop a bit more, then from there we look for the reversal. This is the best things we can look for. That's why if this one drop a bit more, any reversal we will be more interested. Okay, and as I mentioned, right now we don't have any trade setup. If anyone one wants to look for sell, they need to get the correction here. Maybe they can look for sell, but any sell will be short term because, as I mentioned, we have internal flat 1, 2, 3. This one can drop a bit more. Then we put this one in relative to this as a running flat for next move in relative to this. Okay, and even if we want to look for buy, we need to get the reversal, at least sharp move flag. Then from there we can take the trade. Rather than that, we don't have any other option. That's why the best thing is we get the reversal because we cannot confirm how deep it can go. Even if we want to put this one in relative to this as a running flat, still we can expect the price even drop to 0.25 as long as the price haven't broke this low. Okay, anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.